I don't know how I did it. I did it though. No one was there for me. No one said I could do it. I made the videos, posted the videos. I had a goal of 100 subscribers and I broke it. We're partying tonight. Pimp cup up. I got to the live subscriber count and look how many subscribers I have. 3,300. Wait, what the hell is this? Garage Day Trader? Oh, son of a... Okay. Alright. Gotta take a look. Probably got more than... Oh. Maybe there's a... Maybe I misspelled it. No. Okay. Well, that's sobering. Okay, so the goal's still 100, and thank you all for tuning in. Okay, so I didn't break 100 subscribers, but that's fine. If we just band together, you share my videos about a couple 100,000 times, I think we could do it. I have confidence in this. Now this video is basically going to be covering exactly what I'm looking at when I'm trading. I've had this request by a lot of people. A good friend of mine actually sent me a screenshot of exactly what he wants to know when I'm looking at this entire screen. I'm going to be breaking it down a good amount, maybe even to the point where people are going to say, well, I already knew that, or however, but for a brand new trader that really wants to get into it, I'm going to break it down so hopefully all the questions are answered. All right, so starting at the top, we see file, trade, configuration, so on and so forth. This is just going to be how you set up this entire program. It's going to be pretty much on any type of trading program or any trade or broker that you go through. Just like with trading, the reason I would use this, granted I would be able to, if I click like account manager, it's already here so it's not going to pop up again, but you have the account manager, trade manager. This is the trade manager. This is going to show all your trades that took place. Additionally, if you want to see if something's tradable, let's say, is Tesla tradable? Yes, it is. This is tradable and it's also shortable. This is something else you could use it for. Tickets, this shows exactly anything that you executed. So if I bought, like I shorted today. So I shorted 2,000 shares at $8.07. And also if I buy back the shares, didn't have a big green day today. Didn't really have a lot of time to trade. Should have been more patient with it, but you know, whatever, that's fine. And then also orders. So these tickets show what's occurred. Orders means if I click buy, it'll be placed into this, kind of like a queue. It'll go into the queue, and then a split second later, it'll go up here and show how many shares I have. Now, currently I have 0 shares because I'm not in a trade. Now, if we look at the account manager itself, we can see the symbol. So right here, my account number, which you can't see, that's fine. How many shares you have and the average cost. If you buy 1,000 shares at $8, then it's going to say 1,000 right here, and it'll say $8 right here. So when I'm looking at the trade, let's say I bought it at $8, and it's gone up to $8.23 or however, I'm going to be like, okay, I'm down 23 cents. And then that's going to show over here the total P&L, the realized and unrealized. Total P&L is going to show your realized and unrealized. Realized means that you have closed out a portion of the trade or all the trade. So that's realized. You realize that you have that amount. Unrealized means you're in the middle of a trade. Let's turn that volume down. You're in the middle of a trade, but it hasn't gone against your account yet. You haven't been credited a certain amount of money. You haven't lost a certain amount of money. And then also if we just go over, it shows the bid and the ask. Type is going to be how many tickets that you had for this trade. Now let's look over at the charts. So right now I have the 1 minute candles. You can see here 1 minute right here on the minute. You can also go 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 15, so on and so forth. Now to give a better idea, I've covered the Japanese candlesticks as far as what they mean. Just a slight cover again. If we're looking at a green candle, the bottom of this wick is going to be how low the price action was in that 1 minute. The top of it's going to be how high it went within that 1 minute. Now the bottom of the body is going to be where the price opened, and the top of the body is going to be where it closed. So as you can see here, opened here, went all the way up, it closed here, went over to the next candle. For a red candle, the top of the body is going to be where it opened. You see it went all the way down and closed at this price. Now, when we're looking at 5-minute candles, we look at the one, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. 5 minutes right here. Now, if I click over to the 5-minute chart, this one candlestick represents those 5 1 minutes. So that's how it goes for really anything. If you're looking at the daily, you're looking at the week, you're looking at the month. That's all that means. Now when I'm day trading, I'm going to have the 5-minute candles right here. I'm going to have the 1-minute candles here. When the stock market opens, you're only going to have this one candle. So looking at the 5-minute candlesticks, it's not really going to help you because you don't have 5 minutes yet. So you see the red and the green. Of course, if it's green, there was positive, like it was going up, and then red is going down. That's pretty obvious. But if you're looking at these right here, a lot of people wonder, what is this? This is just the volume. Now this right here is going to correspond with this candlestick here. If I hold my mouse on it, we look over to the left of the screen, you see HI, you see LO, you see O, and you also see C. Within this one candlestick, the high was $8.36. The low was $8.27. It opened at $8.32, and then this candlestick closed at $8.31. Right below that is a V, and that's going to show the volume. All of these bars right here is the volume that occurred. Primarily the reason someone's going to look at the volume that occurred is if they're looking for a breakdown. So let's say they wanted it to break 820 right here. If you look on the left side of the screen, the low is 820. People are going to want the volume to increase if they want to short it thinking that the price was going to go down. When the volume increases, that means that people more than likely have the same idea that they want to break this 820. People are joining in, and seeing the volume increase is going to make other people want to join in. So hopefully that candlestick actually accomplishes what they wanted it to do. Now another question people may have is, what are all of these buttons? Okay, so we have the 5 minutes here. This is just if you wanted to go forward or back within the time chart. It's all chronological. So if I wanted to go back even further than today, I would just click this button, and then I could see all this that occurred days and days ago. As you can see, if we look at the bottom, 10/19, 19th of October. If we're looking at these numbers, this is just the time. 09:45, 9:45 in the morning. We go over a little bit. 13:15, 1:15. It's just military hours, basically. You can also zoom in, zoom out. So we have this. If you're wondering what these blue lines are, that's just breaking down the days. So we have the 6th of November, all this 6th of November, 7th of November, 8th, and so on and so forth. Additionally, you have the ability, if you, let's say I wanted it to break here, but I didn't want it to go a certain price. This is just going to be a line that you can use to say, okay, this is where the high was. You can get another line out if you wanted. Okay, this is where I want it to break. A lot of people like the visual aids. I don't really use them too much. But for new traders, it's nice. You know, I used them a lot more when I began day trading. Also, you have the Fibonacci if you know you really wanted to get into that. What it is basically this. It's some people. It's beneficial to some people. I'm not even. You know, I'm not going to say it's not, because to some people it is. To me, it's kind of too much. But Fibonacci, if you want to get into that, I'm sure there's a lot of research you can do. And then you can have, you know, other visual stuff. That's really all. I don't use that whatsoever unless I'm zooming in, zooming out, or changing my time. That's the only time I use this whole chart right here. Now let's look at the time in sales. A lot of people have a lot of questions about this. What is the time in sales? Where are all these numbers? And it can get complicated, especially when you're beginning. You know, what is all this? This is just giving you an insight of the transactions that are taking place. So if I'm looking at something and let's say I want it to go down, I want a lot of red to be printing here. Now, all these colors don't come when you first open up the time and sales. Let me see if I can do it here. We'll do red. So see how this is orange, white, all this. So if you just right click it, you can change it to the colors that you want. Now I've changed it where, of course, as it's selling off, I want red to print, as you see here. People are buying it up. I want green. Now for me, the dark red would be that someone is taking it for an even lower price than it's at. And then the dark green is someone's taking it for a higher price than what it's currently at. So that's just how I set up mine. But basically, if I open this up a little bit more, let's open it up. Look at all those numbers. I don't even look at all those. I look at right here. That's all that I need to see. I need to see the time that these are being executed. The share size, you see a 9, 10, 4. You add 2 zeros to every number. So 9 would be 900 shares. 900 shares at $8.20. So as you see here, 400 shares were executed at $7.54. This was an aftermarket at $8.23. So if I'm shorting something, I see a bunch of red printing. Let's see if we have. So it's, I mean, aftermarket, you're not going to see too much action, but you'd see a lot of red printing. Then it would look like something's about to break. Or if there's a lot of green printing, then it would obviously be going in the opposite direction. So we'll place that back. So this right here is the biggest thing. I mean, granted, everything else put together is very important, but this is where all the action is going to take place. This is the montage, also consisting of level 2. Now, people ask, what's level 1? What's level 2? Level 1 is basically if you were to Google Amazon price or however, it's going to give you a very brief explanation of what's going on. As you see here, this is level 1. So let's say I'm like, hey, what's Tesla doing? So let's go ahead, we'll click in here. It's being a pain in the ass. What the shit? What's going on here? You son of a what? Okay, so it's being a pain in the ass. So for level 1, basically it's just going to tell you the symbol, the bid, the ask, the bid size, the ask size, and just the time. It doesn't really give you an explanation like level 2 where it tells you how much size is associated with $8.15 and the size at $8.20 or 23 cents. Now another question that was asked to me is, okay, I see this number here. This is the next one that's in the queue. So people are currently looking at $8.15 for the buying price, $8.23 for the sell. So you have the buyers over here, you have the sellers. Now granted, when you're using market orders, you're going to be filled at this price for a buy and this at a sell. So let's say I were to buy this right now at $8.23, I would automatically be down 8 cents if I were to sell into it. Now if you're using limit orders, it's a little different, but I'm not trying to go into all that. I'm just giving an explanation of this. Now what do these other colors mean? That just means what's next in the queue. So it's just showing you what a lot of people do is, let's say when people say there's a bid wall or a seller wall or however, that means that, you know, 810 could say 100, which would be 10,000 shares, and $8 could say, you know, 30, which would be 30,000 shares. So people do that and they build a wall, so then people, they're going to kind of get away from either selling into it, think it's going to drop, because all those orders have to be filled before it were to drop below $8. So like $8.15, for it to go down, 600 shares had to be taken out. Same thing with the ask size or the ask side. So that's all that means with the different colors. Of course, you have the account. You have cron, which is going to be the symbol that you're currently looking at. You have the high and the low of the day right here. Additionally, this is going to be the downside. So is it currently down in the market? Yeah, it's down 3%, which is 25 cents. The volume is going to be how many shares have been have switched hands like in the given period of the day. So if I'm in the pre-market, I see only 20,000 shares have been traded, and I'm probably not looking at it because it's very choppy. Not a lot of other people are looking at it, so it's not going to be, it's not going to be very smooth movement. It's just going to be choppy as far as where it's at. A little further into this, you have the shares. So let's say I wanted to execute 5,000 shares. This is just going to show your position just right here. And then that's just the previous. So position for P. Route, that's just CFDs. I trade CFDs. The type of order. Again, not trying to go too much in depth, but this is where you put the type of order. You keep it at day. I don't mess with any of these. Limit price. If you're doing a limit order, limit price equivalent to stop. If you get a stop, you would put in the price right here. So then sell, short, cancel, and buy. It's pretty self-explanatory. So a few other things that I look at would be if I wanted to look at the top 20. This is where I would go. I click top 20. Now for me, everything's color coordinated, which would be red. So red would coordinate with my montage over here, which is red. Everything's red for me. If you have multiple montages, like some people do, you might have it different colors. So you would have maybe green goes to this chart and red goes to this chart. It's really however you want to set it up. But if I just right click these, it'll give me a quick look at the different stocks. So if I'm looking, I don't really see too much action. I'll just go through here real quick and see, okay, does anything look out of the ordinary? Oh, I just saw something that did. RSLS, this one just had a reverse split. So as I can see, you can see right here, it popped up from being nothing to actually going all the way up here. Equivalent occurred over here. So it's just little things like that. Also, look at the news. That's also a big thing. So let me make that a little... No, being a pain in the ass? Okay. So different news. You can also look at the symbol. Let's say I want to look at... I don't know. Let's just pick Tesla. What's going on with Tesla? Tesla loses legal executive. You know, that's just how I look. So if something's going a little different, like something spiking crazy like this, I'll look at the news. And if there's no news, then more likely like this, it could be just a pump and dump or reverse split. Which again, that's other trading terminology. Reverse split basically is just changing the amount of shares open to the public. Pump and dump is it takes place when a lot of stocks are bought, which there's really no news for it. People are just buying it like crazy. People get a lot of FOMO when that occurs, the fear of missing out, because they see a lot of buying. The stock's going up like crazy. Everyone jumps into it. It goes up to the roof, just like this did right here. And then people realize, oh, wait, no, this is crap. And then they sell off, and that's why it closed at $1.79 from being up to $7. So that's truly about it. I keep mine pretty simple. Some people, let me see if I have another screen. Let's see what the default is. So this is the default right here. Make it a little bigger. So this is how it came really. So I saw this and I said, well, I guess this could work for some people, but not really for me. So that's why I saved and I made it a little more organized. So, you know, if it's neat, it's easier to work with, then you don't really have to deal with it too much. I hope you've all enjoyed my video of breaking down the trading program that I use. If you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to comment. I promise you I will respond. It doesn't matter if it's just an off-the-wall question or however. You know, I make these videos because I want to help people understand the systems better. A lot of people have come to me. They're interested in trading, but they have no idea where to start. And this is just a good way to start, is just understanding the program. Of course, you could throw $1,000, $2,000 into a program and, you know, you would have the program, but if you don't know how to use it or what anything means, you know, you don't want to go through a trial and error period where it involves your real money. I did that when I started day trading, and it didn't turn out well for me. So that's why, again, I make these videos so people don't make the mistakes that I did. Again, if you have any questions whatsoever, please put it in the comments or even email me. I put my email. It's free. There's no charge to email me, I promise you. There's no charge to email me. If you want some type of mentorship, I'd be more than happy to help. Again, that's free. I'm pretty cheap, you know? I mean, hell. Again, thank you all very much for viewing this. I truly do appreciate it, and I really do appreciate all the support. This is Jonathan with Lone Wolf Day Trading. Stay green.